Hit the record button. We recording in progress.
Yeah,
Alessandro Vagnoni.
yeah, we're
Hello.
rolling. Hello, Colin. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And you're good, yeah? You're in your drum
Yes,
room.
yeah, in my drum room and in my space, and I'm just finishing setting up a new room, rehearsal space for other bands, local bands. So I'm pretty busy apart from my duties.
Okay,
Um,
so where is local to you then? Because I know vaguely, but for everybody
oh,
out there.
well, I live in Marche region in Italy, which is in the middle on the Adriatic coast, so
Okay,
in the east.
all right.
No,
I,
the cities here are not so popular, but it's the same, coast where is Venice,
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
but it's in the middle.
Okay,
It's about 400 kilometers from Venice, I would say.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I've had a few questions for you, but I'm going to start with this. I don't know if you can hear this.
No real question. I just wanted to say welcome and thank you.
Did you hear that? That's
Who is it?
Eddie R. just left me. I have this voice message thing, so he's just left you a welcome and a thank you,
Ah,
which is
okay.
nice. So I've had some,
Oh,
more than questions. I mean, I don't know if you follow the sort of comments, but more than questions, I've
no.
had some very positive comments about your drumming. Uh,
Okay, thanks.
Not coming from me. You don't have to thank me, but this is quite good. I mean, it's I know I always thought playing drums in Porcupine Tree would have been a great job, for any drummer because you get to be very expressive. There's lots of room to kind of do your own thing. So that
Yeah.
kind of leads me on to the first question.
Hmm.
So Rick Rebhun, I think I've said that right, has said, "Are you studying the original material or will you be playing your own interpretations?" So that's a good question to
Yeah.
start with, I think.
Well, I think it will be a combination of the two because obviously I knew the material before you asked me to join this project. And so I was, rehearsing a little bit the songs in the first place, trying to be accurate as much as I can, accurate with the original, drum parts. But
Yeah,
then, but then I listened to the live versions, and I realized, okay, there's the chance for me to explore a little bit more,
yeah,
especially the feels, but also the grooves, because obviously I'm playing in my own style. I don't want to be a replica of, Chris or Gavin,
yeah,
even if
yeah,
we are exploring exclusively the Chris Maitland era now. But yeah, I think I've learned so much about these albums and this way of playing that I absorbed it already. So I just sit down at drums and play my own style and see if I can make it. And when we made our first rehearsal in January, you didn't say nothing wrong, so
Well,
so I
I
believe
did.
that I
I
was
am
in
in.
on the right spot.
Yeah, yeah. No, I am in touch with Chris, and as you know, we're hoping to have Chris come and join us at some point. I don't know when or how or whatever, but it's
Yeah,
something that I hope we. But I
yeah,
did
it would be
mention to
great.
Chris. I sent Chris a couple of things you'd played, and I
Uh-huh.
said, if you have any comments, I'm sure Alessandro would love to hear them. And then I said the same
Hmm.
thing to you if you want to get in touch with Chris. But Chris's reaction to me was just get him to do his own thing because that's what I did. And from my memory, that is kind of what he did. He sort of filled the space with in his own way.
Yeah,
I mean, we were working it from the ground up because on a lot of the material, the very first time round, there was drum machines and the music was quite different. So it
yeah,
been programmed drums initially on the first record and a lot of the second record. So Chris had the space to fill up and to make it live and to make it his own, which is kind of what,
yeah,
then he's sort of made it his own. And that, I think that for the project, for Voyage 35 to have its own identity, it's very important everybody gets the opportunity to do that.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, so I guess does this answer the question? Yes, you're respecting the original material, but you're
yeah,
going to do your
yeah,
own thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yes,
yeah,
yes. I think it's the most honest thing to do because, I'm not I'm a session drummer too, but I also have my bands, and I have my age is 46, and back then with my previous bands we used to meet in a rehearsal room and not only practice but exploring the material
yeah,
together.
yeah,
And now we are more detached. Okay, we start working on our own, sending
yes.
files and building up things without speaking to each other. But I come from a period. I mean, I my generation is the old one, when people used to meet
You get
meet up
together. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and share ideas. And sometimes I use the same approach when I have to learn the material from other bands, trying to think, okay, what the drummer would do in a different situation, you know.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So
I think there's enough uh, space in the music for you to bring some different
yeah,
personality to it.
yeah,
Certainly, I don't want to give away to the people listening at this point any setlist spoilers. So, but anyone who's heard the
yeah,
Nostalgia Factory and even less will understand that you're able to
hmm,
kind of bring something to it in a different way. So that's
yeah,
I've been really pleased. I mean, I was obviously pleased. That's why I asked you in the first place. But the
yeah,
reaction we've had sort of confirms that as well. So this is all good.
yeah,
Okay. Now there's a question that follows on from that from Isabel Ortiz who says, "Was there a song that you really, really wanted to play, or
hmm.
something that you really wanted to avoid?" Now you're going to have to try and answer this without giving a spoiler, a set list
Ah,
spoiler.
that's that's a pretty difficult question to answer because it is a spoiler. Because I was, very adamant to add in the set list a specific tune
Yes, I
that
know
I,
the
that I,
one.
that I, that I used to perform in one of my solo projects back then, but I can tell the title.
So let's keep everyone guessing with that one.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Let's keep because I know what it is. Now you've
yeah,
said that, I know what it is.
yeah.
But when
But
it comes to
yeah.
I was just going to say, when it comes to things you avoid, tend to be
Mm-hmm.
things you might
Mm-hmm.
find technically difficult. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
what might be technically difficult isn't, it can be tricky to play because it's fast or there's unison bits or bits you have to remember. But
Mm-hmm.
in the same way, it's not always the one, sometimes it's the simple thing that's really hard to do. Um, the
Yeah,
simplicity isn't is it can be difficult to play it with the right intent, and to play it with the same intensity.
absolutely.
So I
Yes.
never sort of I know I guess you think the same way because you don't have to.
No.
It's not
I
about just
mean,
tricky, is it?
yeah, no, there are not particular tricky parts in the repertoire we are going to perform. I mean, technical wise, it's doable.
Yeah,
Uh, I get used to very intricate things in my life
yeah, yeah,
that doesn't scare me at all. But it's not the technical side. Maybe it's the sometimes happens to me to play a very simple part, but if I'm not connected to the music,
Yeah.
things are going in a different direction and I don't like it.
I think that there's something that's quite difficult to articulate, but some people
Hmm.
that are technically able don't understand the music they're playing, and they don't
Yeah,
understand that the music, how to make the music work, and that's when it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how good they are.
yeah,
I've played
absolutely.
with
Yeah.
people in the past in certain situations where they can play, but they don't maybe have an affinity for the music or they don't understand it. So
Hmm.
one of the reasons I got you involved, one of the things that made me think to ask you was I had seen your YouTube channel, and I'd like to put a link somewhere when we do this, put this out, so people can see some of the other things you played. And you
Hmm.
chose to play piano lessons,
Yeah, yeah,
which is a very simple song. It's a very simplistic song.
yeah, very straightforward.
Yes, but most drummers, when they want to do a YouTube thing and they want to show off their ability,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
will
yeah.
do something tricky. But your answer, when I asked you about why did you do, I mean, I was kind of sounding you out a little bit. And I said, why did you choose piano lessons? And I don't know, do you remember
Yeah.
what you said to me?
Probably I say, first of all, I really love that song. It's a very beautiful song, and and it has one of the most beautiful choruses in the old
Uh-huh.
Porcupine Tree repertoire. And secondly, um, what you told is true. You doesn't have to show all the capabilities. A good arrangement is a good arrangement.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and
That's what you
if
said to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The right thing
because
to play. Somebody said this to me a long time ago. They said the right
no,
thing to play is the right thing to play.
yeah,
So,
also because okay, in my YouTube channel there are plenty of impossible drum covers,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
most intricate Meshuggah or Tool or whatever. But sometimes, and it's not only the case for this song, but sometimes I love to play a simple part because drummers now don't realize that, don't understand that the simple, the most simple thing is the harder to
Yeah.
achieve, you know, as a
Sometimes I think it takes quite a bit of courage to be minimalist. Um,
absolutely, absolutely,
because yeah, you're having to sort of
yeah,
to understand that, and you're having to understand that everything is sitting. It's the same with the bass.
yeah.
Um, I, I do quite a lot of online sessions, and sometimes I'm given a part, and the first time I hear it, I think, wow, whoever's played on this is really good. Why are they asking
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
If I have this
Oh,
thought.
oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
I listen back to the song, and maybe I hear it with the vocals in again, and I listen, and I can often hear that what's there is too much. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It's maybe clashing with the vocals. There's a fill in the middle of the verse or something. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
somebody hasn't used their judgment in the right way. So I get the
Yeah.
comment, which is nice. I get the.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Of
So
course,
it's the
you
same
you are
thing.
you are dealing with dynamics, you are dealing with you have to decide where not to put notes,
Yes,
which is
exactly.
which is a thing that now the drummers don't think too much because they all too busy, and I
Yeah,
don't like that. And also when I was playing that metal with my bands, uh, I refused every time to put blast beats because everyone in the death metal scene was doing blast beats. I don't want to do that. It,
yeah,
it is a rudiment. It is
yeah,
it is an exercise. It is Olympics, and I hate that.
yeah,
I'm more interested in creating textures or creating different, you know, rhythmic ideas, displacements, or dealing with dynamics, dealing with the, poses,
yeah,
rests.
yeah. It's a difficult thing to explain to some people.
Yeah.
because I think you have to have a bit of mileage to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
appreciate it, and you also
Yeah.
have to have a sort of a judgment, and
Yeah.
not everybody has that. So
No, no,
anyway,
no. But
that's
I can
good.
play. But I can play blast beats.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Yeah.
I've heard you
Maybe I
do it,
can.
actually. I've heard you do it
Maybe I can show them off live.
in piano
I,
lessons. Yeah.
yeah. No. No, live in
Okay.
our coming tour.
All right. All right. Well, that'd be a surprise. We can put that in somewhere.
Micro sections, unexpected.
So, talking of the tour, I had a couple of questions actually, and my first question was, have you been to the UK before?
Yes, and I played in UK before
Okay.
with this band.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yes. Yes.
It's not intentional, but
Right. Okay.
it's true. And
Okay. So it won't be too much of a culture
yeah,
shock.
we were tuning with this band, the Shell Collector.
Right.
Actually, the singer and composer of this band now sings in the Ocean Collective.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yes. You
Yeah,
told me about that. Yes.
yeah, and Enrico is a great friend of mine, and we shared the stages in UK with a band from Reading, I would say, or Henley on Thames,
Okay.
probably.
Henley. Yeah. Yeah.
They, I think, they exist. What's called Kamikaze Test Pilots. Okay,
Okay.
and I played in Southampton, Reading, and I can't remember the other. There was three gigs back in 2012. I
Okay.
think.
Right.
I think, and that was the first and only time that I played in the UK. So I'm really happy to come
Yeah,
back.
yeah. No, I'm excited about doing it again, as you know. Um, I'm also going to mention to anyone that is watching this that doesn't know that we had a kind of prior connection a little bit with ORK. Um,
Yes,
so I might post can you remember the track you did a track on our last album, or maybe even two tracks? Do
two
you remember?
tracks.
You
Yes,
did two tracks,
yeah.
yes.
I played it on Hello Mother and PUTFP.
PUTFP.
Yeah,
PU. Yes.
pick up the fucking phone.
That's it. That's it for anyone
Yeah.
wondering. Pick up the fucking phone. Well, I will say this that I think I mentioned this to you before, but of course, when we went and did the tour, the live shows, Pat Mastelotto was playing drums, and he had to learn your parts to play.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
and he texted me.
well, he really enjoyed it. Actually, he said
Yeah,
this stuff's great. So there you go. There's another feather in your cap from Pat there. He won't mind me saying that. So so yeah. All right. Is there anything you want to say to people, or anything specific you're thinking about for these gigs coming up? Anything you want to share with me?
I don't know. Don't be too, you know, don't make too much critics.
Don't be too critical. Yeah, yeah,
Because yeah, because I'm replacing Chris Maitland, which is a very important part of the Porcupine Tree history. So obviously, it's not easy to,
yes.
fulfill everyone's expectations.
Well, I think for me, it's not about replacing Chris, um, because the personality behind the original drum parts,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not about a replacement. It's about the whole thing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and without us doing this, a lot of these tunes are going to go and never be heard again, and a lot of them haven't
Hmm.
been heard
Yes,
live
yes,
for
yes, yes.
2, 3 decades. So
Hmm.
I'd be positive about that. It's not the fact that
No, no,
you know
no.
you're
I'm positive. I was talking about the crowd, the audience mind.
yes,
Yeah, they
yeah,
perceive this like a replacement, which is not, of course. I
yes.
don't feel
Some
I
people
don't
in it.
feel that.
Well, I will say this is that some people I think probably are thinking this is a form of sacrilege. But
Exactly.
they're very, very small minority. I mean, the vast majority. I mean, in fact, I'm really pleased by how positive everybody's been about it. And like
Thanks.
Wes said, it is about enjoying ourselves. The music was enjoyable first time round, and it's still held in a lot of affection. So, why not? Let's go and have some fun. That's my attitude, and I think that's what I would say to you and to Lorenzo, to Lef as well, and to Wes. There's a lot of stuff that
Yes.
Wes hasn't played before. There's a lot of stuff he has played before, and of course he's much more familiar with it than anybody else other than me.
Yeah.
But Wes, there's a few numbers that we never did with Wes, or that we did maybe once or twice with Wes. So,
Hmm.
but he enjoyed the music anyway. He was a fan of the band before we met him. So he kind of
Yeah.
stepped into it knowing the material and knowing even the old songs that he never played, he knew them anyway. So I
Yeah.
guess it's the same for you in a way. You
Oh,
knew the music.
I was, and I still am a great fan, huge fan.
And which of
And
the which did you have any
and
favorites from the Chris era? Any particular albums?
oh yeah, I think Lightbulb Sun probably and Stupid Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing about my Porcupine Tree connection was that the first album I listened to ever was In Absentia. It
Uh-huh.
came in 2002, I think. And then I started immediately going backwards to the discography, to the catalog. So before In Absentia, there was Lightbulb Sun, which is
Yeah.
a completely different album, but I really enjoyed it, and I was very curious about the rest of the catalog, and it's that they are very great album. But if I would pick the three albums of that period, I would pick Signify, Stupid Dream, and Lightbulb Sun for sure. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, myself, I've been revisiting it, of course.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Having not listened to it for a long time, that most of that, and in fact, one of the reasons I decided to try and get this going with Wes was that I realised it was perhaps better than I remembered, because for me, as things moved on, of course, the band got more successful, and then you think that's the validation that it's getting better. But
Hmm.
even looking back, I can see there was some really good moments on the earlier records. So that's one of the
Absolutely.
reasons I was keen to explore it.
Yeah, Lightbulb Sun is a very great album.
Yeah, I think
Very.
that came out
And
really
also, and
well,
I love
actually.
also the sound.
Yes, sonically,
Yeah,
it's quite good. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right.
And
Well,
the orchestrations,
yeah,
the sounds, the samples, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Chris drumming.
Yeah, no, Chris's drumming, on those, I think as time went on, of course, we had more, a better budget for a better studio and stuff that we
Hmm.
didn't have first time round. But
Hmm.
um, he had a bit more opportunity to kind of, to be heard a bit more, perhaps,
Hmm.
as the
Hmm.
recording
Yeah.
got better and better. Well, that's great. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I think this is going to serve as an interesting introduction.
Yeah, because no one knows me.
No, but I mean, they will do. I'll say
I'm not
that for
so
sure.
popular in the drumming world.
Yeah, no, they will do. This is a chance for people to hear you do your thing. I mean, of course, I've heard some of your other stuff. Bologna Violenta, I've heard,
Yeah,
and a couple of things I think you might have played me, but I can't remember the titles.
probably.
Maybe Left, yeah. And then, of course, I did work with you when we played with ORK. So it's all
Yeah,
good. It's all good. All right. Well,
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Let's leave it there. I'm gonna wrap this up, and we'll stick this up on YouTube, and hopefully, by way of introduction, anyone else that has any other questions, we'll come back and do it again.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yes, why not? Yeah.
All right, Alessandro. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Colin.
Cheers. Bye.
Speak
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.